Hello and welcome to your week ahead forecast from the Met Office. It was quite a wet and windy weekend, but we're looking at a calmer spell to start the week, perhaps some foggy mornings, and then generally things are starting to change from the west as we head towards the end of the week. Now, taking a look at the bigger picture, we've got Storm Ashley to the north of the country, which is what affected us over the weekend. That's moving its way towards Scandinavia, allowing some frontal systems to move in from the west. But if we move our eyes over to the south, we have actually got high pressure building. That means it's going to bring us some clearer nights for Tuesday night, Wednesday night, so perhaps some foggy mornings. And then eventually we see a strengthening of our jet stream towards Thursday and into Friday. And that is bringing us not only a spell of wet weather, but a spell of windy weather too, once again, mainly in northwestern parts. And as we head towards Friday, there is a slight question mark about what exactly the weather's going to be doing. We've got quite a split between our different models that we use here at the Met Office. But before we get onto that, let's reverse the clock and head back towards Tuesday to start off with. So quite a clear and chilly start across the southeast, perhaps some fog patches in places. And then as this weather front moves its way slowly towards the southeast, it's generally weakening. So on the whole, it's just going to bring in some cloud, perhaps a few showers at times. And across much of the country, it's going to be a dry and bright day. And with those winds easing off too, and a slight increase in those temperatures, particularly across the south and southeast, highs of around 17. So it is going to feel rather pleasant for the time of year. Temperatures more towards average elsewhere. So on the whole, a much calmer start to Tuesday compared to what we had over the weekend. Now, as we head into Wednesday, that weather front will slowly sink away towards the southeast, and this is when we start to see high pressure build. Different story in the north, though, squeeze those isobars and just some frontal systems moving into the north. But that means as that high pressure builds towards the south and southeast, there's going to be a fairly clear and calm night. So that means we could see some quite dense fog patches in places, particularly for parts of Sussex and Kent, East Anglia, for example. So do take care, as this may lead to some travel disruption. Otherwise, that would generally clear through the morning. Things will start to warm up. And once again, it's going to be a largely dry and bright day for many of us. Slightly different across the northwest, though, particularly parts of northwestern Scotland. More cloud here, perhaps some drips and drabs of rain and drizzle. And we will start to see those winds strengthening once again. There is a chance we could even see some coastal gales in exposed spots. Temperatures, though, across Scotland up by a degree or two compared to Tuesday. So generally, if you manage to avoid those stronger winds, it's still going to feel rather pleasant for the time of year. Once again, highs of 16 to 17 degrees across the southeast. Now for Thursday, once again, a chance we could see some pockets of fog, once again mainly across the southeast. That clearing away, largely leaving once again another dry and bright day for much of the country. Perhaps a bit more cloud around, fairly similar temperatures too. But if we move our eyes to the west, we can see we do have this next frontal system moving in, so some outbreaks of rain. This could be quite heavy at times, particularly into the afternoon across Northern Ireland, western parts of Scotland, and still with those blustery winds too. So quite a different day on offer here. But once again, across much of the country, though there is a bit more cloud around, it's generally going to be largely dry. To end the week then, it looks like we're generally going to see that frontal system move its way towards eastern areas, bringing some outbreaks of rain slowly moving eastwards across the country. And then behind that, it's generally going to be brighter, still with a few showers, still with those blustery winds in northwestern parts of Scotland. However, as I mentioned at the start, still some uncertainty around what the weather's going to be doing on Friday. A few different models telling us a few different things towards the end of the week. So there is a chance that this could change. Otherwise, it generally looks like that rain's clearing, it's turning brighter. Generally, those temperatures are down by a degree or two, so not feeling quite as mild as during the week. And then as we head into the weekend, that jet stream continues to push in some weather fronts from the west. There's still a chance of some rain and some showers, but that high pressure still holding on across the far southeast. So we end up with a bit of a northwest-southeast split by the time we reach the weekend, with that wet and windy weather in the northwest, though those winds are generally easing away towards the weekend, and elsewhere largely dry and bright. But just in case that does change, as I say, those weather models that we use here at the Met Office giving slightly different outcomes. So as always, stay updated on our social media channels so that you don't miss an update. Otherwise, have a lovely week. That's it from me. Bye-bye.